From being the rich kid villain with golden pipes to the half-naked go-go dancer with a heart of gold, Waldo turned out to be a huge rascal. As the son of well-known actors Bill Ewing and Susan MacIver, Blake MacIver Ewing successfully followed in their footsteps. After The Little Rascals and Full House, Ewing played minor roles in Minor Adjustments and on the TV spin-off of Clueless before transitioning to theater. In 1997, Ewing found theater success when he was offered the role of the little boy in the musical Ragtime. Based on E.L. Doctorow's 1975 novel, the musical follows a set of distinct families from different ethnic backgrounds in New York, searching for the American dream. Given its popularity, the musical eventually made its way to Broadway. During his appearance on Justin Martindale and Justine Marino's podcast, Glitter and Garbage, Ewing spoke on what attaining this role meant for him at the time.
I look at my kid success and I got extremely lucky. I was the right type in the right place at the right time.
Although Blake MacIver Ewing had a successful career, transitioning from a child to a teenager was difficult. During his appearance on Leah Knauer and Gigi Sauvage's podcast Basic Witches, Ewing spoke about how he faced discrimination due to his perceived sexuality during his time at a religious private school. He mentioned to the hosts, "That was the first time I was really bullied in an aggressive way.
I could be attacked for the assumption of gay because it was a Christian environment, and so that was wrong."
His particular experience motivated him to use his platform to inspire those who have had similar experiences. In 2011, Ewing took to YouTube to unveil a song titled It Gets Better, which is the same title of a well-known LGBTQ+ organization to support those who have been bullied for their sexual orientation. In the video's description, Ewing opened up about his experience as a teenager who faced assault and prompted his viewers to raise awareness of the issues those within the LGBTQ+ community face. He wrote, "This is a song I wrote for anyone who has ever been bullied or taunted or made to feel less than by others. When I was 14, I came very close to becoming a gay teen suicide statistic, but I then turned to music, my piano, my loved ones, and discovered that it does in fact get better." In many cases, a child actor's trajectory into adulthood can take unexpected turns. For some, this means picking up regular day jobs, halting their careers for higher education, or simply staying off the grid for good. Despite his success in theater, Blake MacIver Ewing made headlines in 2013 for something many thought was just a means to an end. For Ewing, however, this particular experience also benefited his well-being, more or less. In 2013, Ewing found a resurgence of attention online due to his newly found occupation as a go-go dancer. As publications picked the story up, Ewing grew more aware of this sudden rush of popularity. In an interview with Rumor Fix, Ewing spoke about his experience as a go-go dancer and the positive effects it had on his self-esteem. He said, "I had so much shame about my body. This was a way to express myself that was safe, sensual, and fun." While the mass public was amazed by this venture, complimenting the ex-villain from The Little Rascals on embracing his newfound self-confidence, MacIver found new work and put his go-go career on hold.
I mean, I'm not really showing up with you somewhere if you've got fake poop on a hat.
Yeah, no.
Why? And actually be, interesting? God help us.
Blake MacIver Ewing was at the forefront of introducing long-form reaction content to viewers in the United States. Based on the highly successful Gogglebox, Bravo TV created their own adaptation of the British classic with The People's Couch. According to one of the show's stars and Ewing's future beau, Emerson Collins, the show followed a group of friends and families sharing their reactions to popular television shows. From its conception, the show proved a success. In an interview with Lavender magazine, this opportunity fell into Ewing's lap thanks to his connection with comedian Scott Nevins. Given the show's general premise, Ewing said that he wasn't entirely sold on the reality show, but eventually came around when he saw just how unique this form of entertainment could be. He told the publication, "I was like, okay, this is the end of civilization. We have reached the bottom of the barrel." But it was sort of this amazing and interesting social commentary and sociological experiment. It became this crazy, funny, interesting thing that had more depth than I ever imagined it being. If you got to witness Blake McIver Ewing's appearances on Full House and in The Little Rascals, then you'd know that Ewing is something of a musical genius. In 1992, Star Search crowned Ewing new Best Junior Vocalist, and he has since joined his acting talents with his musical gifts. In addition, Ewing has composed music for various television series, including Welcome to Myrtle Manor, Toddlers and Tiaras, Futurescape with James Woods, and more. Although he released solo music periodically, it wasn't until 2014 that he put out a full body of his own work. According to his interview with Rumor Fix, his go-go dancing venture was primarily motivated by his need to fund his album, The Time Manipulator. He said, "The tips were good. In fact, I raised so much money I was able to finish my record. Mission accomplished." The album included his prior singles, It Gets Better and Start to Believe, which he teased during the hidden talent portion of the Mr. November pageant. In an interview with Ari Aligi, published on LinkedIn, Ewing wanted to relay the importance of self-acceptance. He said, "Each song represents a moment or a period of my life. The overarching theme of the album is empowerment. It took me quite a while to reconcile my unusual past and make way for my future. My hope is that the listener will be inspired to move forward on their own personal empowerment journey." Aside from Waldo in The Little Rascals, Blake McIver Ewing is best known for his role as Derek Boyd on Full House. After starring in the episode The Play's the Thing, Ewing became a recurring character who frequently shared the screen with Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen. In his Thoughtsy interview, Ewing recalled his experience acting in the ABC sitcom. He said, "It was a joy to be on that set every single time. It really was a cohesive family by the time I entered the cast, and they all made me feel right at home." Although he reunited with his former castmates from The Little Rascals in 2014, fans never got to see Ewing reunite with the Full House cast. With Netflix behind the show's revival in Fuller House, fans were eager to see his character make a cameo. Luckily, in 2020, Ewing briefly reprised his role as Derek in the 5th season finale of Fuller House. The actor took to Instagram a month later to share words of gratitude. He wrote, "With everything going on in the world, it didn't feel right to plug any gigs on my feed. But in doing so, I failed to say what a true joy and honor it was to return as Derek on the final episode of Fuller House. Thank you to Candice Bure, Andrea Barber, and Jodie Sweetin for welcoming me back with open, loving arms."
And when I started getting serious about theater, I realized that there is a craft inherently in that I knew nothing about. So that changed my whole perspective on what art can be.
Blake McIver Ewing's lifelong love for live theater surely took a hit during the COVID-19 pandemic. Considering the Los Angeles mandated quarantine, Ewing was out of work for the better part of 2020. As a performer, however, Ewing didn't allow the pandemic to affect his work too much. According to his Broadway World interview, Ewing adjusted to the time of uncertainty and creatively turned to online content as a means of finding work. "Like so many performers, I turned all my focus on what could be done under the given circumstances. Stopping was not an option for me, so my partner Emerson Collins and I produced a series of live stream shows. We did about one a month for the duration of the lockdown. Their live streams consisted of musicals that included happy hour events as well as more story-driven shows like Once Upon a Lockdown and Have Yourself a Merry Little Lockdown. In addition to these, Ewing started a podcast with actor Allison Robertson titled The Con Artist. On the show, the two shared various insights into the acting world, mental wellness, and much more. With guests such as casting director Steven Tyler O'Connor and Ewing's partner Emerson Collins, it seemed the two were succeeding as content creators. Unfortunately, it appeared that after 30 episodes, the two have since ended their podcast, last updating it on May 26, 2021.
Waldo, you're the best son money can buy.
Thanks, Dad.
Blake McIver Ewing's portrayal of Waldo in The Little Rascals is a frequent talking point whenever he is interviewed. From his love medley to his mischievous schemes, it's hard not to remember just how impactful his performance was. More surprising, however, was Donald Trump's short cameo as Waldo's father in the 1994 cult classic. Thanks to his political ventures, it's easy to forget that Trump was, at one point, a highly praised figure in business and entertainment. Though Ewing tends to refrain from speaking ill of others, he had some harsh choice of words for the former president. In a 2021 interview with Vulture, Ewing shared his experience with Trump when the cameras were off. In addition to being nervous, Ewing stated that Trump wanted to have lunch with the actor and his family to improve their chemistry on camera. Aside from witnessing Tiffany Trump crying, Ewing suggested the whole experience was pointless. He recalled, "I remember nothing from the lunch because he's so horribly unmemorable in person. But what was hilarious is that when they got him on set, he didn't realize that the whole conversation conversation is just over a cell phone, so he was never going to interact with me anyway. The whole thing was for naught. Well, isn't that the perfect encapsulation of Trump as a human? That it was all for naught. Although the pandemic made Blake McIver Ewing prematurely stop his live theater pursuits, the quarantine lift gave Ewing the opportunity to get back to his passions. In 2021, Ewing made his onstage return alongside his partner Emerson Collins and a New York-based duo that likes to perform in their underwear, the Skivvies. The following year, Ewing and Collins were included in the duo's brief Slay My Name tour in the greater Los Angeles area. But his theater kick didn't end there. In 2023, Ewing partnered with Jigs Burgess and Del Shores to direct The Red Suitcase, making its world premiere at Hollywood's Broadwater Theater main stage just months after Ewing performed a Stephen Sondheim celebration event. The production met with positive reviews. Some of the actors involved in the project included Collins, Matt Hayes, Pam Trotter, and Tiago Santos. Following the show's immediate success, Ewing took to Instagram to announce its other dates to his 16,000-plus followers. He wrote, "I'm incredibly proud of the work that Del Shores and I did on this world premiere production, and this brilliant cast is not to be missed.